Hello children, welcome to our world through English. So today we are getting into a new grammar topic. So previously we discussed articles, right? So now we are getting into one of the very important topic in English language that we are getting into start a new topic called tenses. So we have been completed a part of speech, and now we are going into know very importantly what is the importance of tenses in our language. So keep here once. So what is the meaning of tense? So we will feel that tense means what? What is the meaning of tense? What is the meaning of tense? So you are asking, sir, you have to say yes, of course I will say. So tense means nothing but time. What is that? Time. When we are talking something, whatever the word, whatever the sentence we are talking, on basing of certain time, for example, I came to school yesterday. I came to school yesterday. I come school. I come to school, and I will come tomorrow. So when you look at these three words, I came to school yesterday means maybe completed. So I use another word, verb form. When we're talking about another word, I come to school in the morning means today. I will come tomorrow means it will be in the future. I will come. So whatever the sentence we are using, that will talk about time. So what is a tense means? Don't write anything. Just introduction I will give you today. Then tomorrow onwards, writing will be started. Right? Okay. So tense means time. What is a time? In English language or Hindi language, any language, time can be divided, or time has been divided into three categories. So for example, now we are here. We are here. What we call maybe present. Front step, one step back. Front gear, reverse gear. Okay, front and back. So this is now, means today. Very simple, I'm saying for your understanding. Today. What we call the previous one, yesterday. Yesterday. So what we will call the next one? Tomorrow. Tomorrow. And we will call this as future. Past is completed. It is completed. Going will complete. So that is past, present, future. These are the three tenses. So present, past and future. Present means now what was going on. Past means completed action. And future means which will happen. Very simple. This is now. Next step, tomorrow, future. past completed action. Completed. Now future. So these are the three tenses in any language. In Hindi you will get, in Telugu you will get Bhutakal, Vartaman Kal, Bhavishyat Kal. Bhutkal means completed one. Vartaman Kal, now going on. Bhavishyat Kal, future. Right? So these three tenses are quite common in any language. So now children, I'm going to teach you very importantly, what was the use of tenses. Whatever the word we are talking, whatever the sentence we are speaking in English language, that will be based upon the tenses. Because if you want to talk something, that should happen somewhere. Yes, sir. That should happen somewhere. Maybe in the past, or in the future, or in the present. Somewhere it has to happen. Without happening, how we can make it? So, tenses plays an important role in English language to give a perfect meaning or to communicate something in a correct form of address. And very importantly, in the previous we learned what is a sentence, what is a word, and what is alphabet. Alphabet contains letters joining letters will get word by joining will get sentences. Sentence must have a verb and it have a sense that we knows. But how this tense will be useful in our daily life when we are using English language means it denotes time and it helps us which one will be the correct one. Which one will be the correct one? Let me write an example. I'm going to erase this one. Again I will draw you. Don't worry about that. Let me draw your attention towards that. One second, children. I'm getting into the topic for you. Right. So, let us go for the first beginning. I will write an example. Look at this one. I will came to school yesterday. I will came to school yesterday. What is the meaning of this sentence? I will came to school yesterday. I will came to school yesterday. Is there any mistake? You don't know tenses. You don't know any tense. Right? You don't know any tense. But as we are studying English medium school, you will come to know what was the mistake here. What was the mistake? Of course, you can find two mistakes and two errors and you can replace correctly. For example, I came to school yesterday will be the correct one. Or if you write will, you have to write here come and we have to write tomorrow. Why I changed? I on basing of verb forms. Verb forms. These will define tense or time. These are nothing, subject, object, nothing. This is very, very important. What is a verb? What is a verb? In part of speech I told you, right? Clearly, very clearly I given you. What is a verb? It is an action or a work. Came or come, it is a verb. It is an action. So that defines time. That defines time. So we have 4 different type of verb forms. Before getting into the topic of tenses, first you should learn about these verb forms. We have 4 different kinds of verb forms. Let me teach you once. You know V1. I will give you again full forms. V2, V3. If you want to speak English fluently, if you want to learn English perfect, if you want to be an efficient speaker of English, you should learn verb forms. Why? Because if you know a verb, you should know V1, V2, V3, V4. Why? Because, let me teach you. You learned only the word come. You learned only the word come. I come to school, you said. Okay, that will be correct. So if you want to say the past things, let me tell you a comedy scene which I had seen when I was a childhood in Jambalakadi Pamba movie, right? So there one girl will stand in the middle of the class and she will say that to Babu Mohan, the police officer who came as a teacher, and she will say that, sir, that man was holding me in Hindi. So he will ask, do you know Hindi very well? Yes, of course I know. Tell me to come here. Maybe you remember the scene? Hey, come here. Then he said, idhar aiye. Okay, very good. Then tell to go there, to go there. Then what you will say? Just simply going there and saying idhar aiye. Means the person knows only one word, idhar aiye. Only one word he knows, idhar aiye. So with that he was saying that coming here and say come here, going there and saying come here. The same thing, you learn one word come. That is, I come. I come to school. Today committed. If you want to say about past yesterday, simply going back to yesterday and saying I come to school. Right? So that is not important. So we need to learn verb forms which defines the time. So we have 4 verb forms in English language, and very, very importantly, you have to learn many words. These 4 verb forms are very, very important in English language. Why? Because how many words you learn, the more you learned. Very simple. If you want to become a good speaker in English language, if you want to speak English very well, first you should know words. You have to develop your vocabulary. You have to build up your words. You have to learn more words. If you learn more words, you will use more words. I know only 3 words. Yes, oh, no. Wherever it goes, yeah. No. Maybe I said this example. A man went to a party. He knows only 3 words. Yes, no, yeah. He knows only these 3 words. So he doesn't know English very well. So he went to a party there. Everybody was speaking in English there. So he was going there in the middle saying, oh yes, He's saying that, oh, where are you from? Yes. He asked, are you an American? Yes. Actually, he's an Indian. He's an Indian. He said, are you from America? Yes. Oh, very good, very good. Oh, you're looking like a buffalo. Yeah, yeah. He knows only the words. And don't you know English? No, 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 no. So he knows only the three words, yeah, yes, and no. The big scene I want to explain you, but I don't need to talk about that. So if you know more words, you can use all the words. He knows only three words, yes, no, yeah. So he will use everywhere the same words. If you develop more words, if you develop more vocabulary, the benefit is you can use more words in your language. So same thing, to develop your vocabulary, you need to learn verb forms. First, let me teach you the first good one. One word I will teach you. One word I will write. Eat is a regular word. Is the V1. We will call this one as present. Present. And it, we call it V2 as past. V2 as past. And next, eaten we call as V3, and V3 as past participle means completed action. When the action has been completed back, we use V3. And next, this V4, what we call this V4 means V1 plus ing. Already maybe you know in your 6th class, 7th class you have been studied this one. V1 plus ing. So what we call V1 means what? Eat plus ing. Eating. So this all we call as present participle. Present participle. So these are the four verbs forms in English language. So before getting into tenses, you have to learn this V1, V2, V3, V4. If not, you can't learn tenses, because if you want to learn tenses, we have to know many verb forms. Let me write some verb forms for your understanding. The word what we discussed previously, come, came, come. In your 7th standard, you studied about regular verbs, irregular verbs, right? Right. You have been studied that. So the words will carry ed. The words will carry ed. That we call as regular verbs. Next, see. Dance. Danced. Dancing. And some different words are there in English. Cut, 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 cutting. You will say many times this word mistake. Cut, cutted, cutted, cutted. Puttu, puttu, puttu. Right? Wrong. Wrong. Cut. V1 also cut. V2 also cut. V3 also cut. And V4 is cutting. And one more mistake what will keep. This word is very very commonly we use. Keep the book here, and you will say keeped. Keeped is not there in English. Keep, kept. Keepen. No, keepen. Keeped, keepen, not the keep, kept, kept. And keeping. So, when you are talking about English grammar, this topic, tenses, was very very important. Was very very important. When we are learning tenses, this topic was very very important. V1, V2, V3 and V4. This topic was very very important. So, first you have to learn verb forms. Sir, how can we learn verb forms? Where can we learn these verb forms? You may have a doubt. You may get a doubt. Sir, where I have to learn? Where can we learn these verb forms? Right? You are class 8th. Maybe back of your English textbook. Let me check. Maybe you didn't have. Okay, you didn't have. Okay, you simple. You just Google. Nowadays Google was most often we are using Google. Open Google and ask verb forms. Then 100 verb forms you will get. Just read day per day 10 or 20. Simple. Come, came, come. Like that. Keep, kept, kept. Good. No good. Sorry. What is this? Dance, dance, dance. Sing, sang, sung. Clean, clean, clean. Decide, decide, decide. Like that you just learn some words. Already in your 7th standard, back of your 7th standard you have the book. You have the verb forms. So like that you will learn. So if you want to learn English language, if you want to speak English perfectly, in other sense I can say clearly, if you want to develop your English language, you must be aware of the topic tenses, because tenses plays an important role in English language. So in this beginning class, in this beginning day of grammar, you have to talk about very importantly this one verb forms. So let me conclude that. What is a tense? Very simple. Time. Whatever the word we are framing in English language, that will be based on tenses. So tenses you have to learn as a student of English who want to develop their vocabulary, who want to speak English perfectly. First, be concentrated. You have to learn tenses very well. Tomorrow, tenses very simple. You no need to worry about that. Very, very simple tenses. We have only 3. 3 is divided into 4. 4th is a 12. 12 have 12 structures. Very simple. Khatam. Very simple you can learn. But before going to that, I am giving you one caution. Every day you have to learn at least 4 to 5, minimum 5. Learn minimum 5 verb forms. If you learn minimum 5 verb forms, that will help you a lot to develop your English language. Because if you want to know tense, every tense will have a verb form. So every verb will have different. For example, some verb sometimes will carry V1, some V3, some V3, some V4. So different type of forms will have different verb forms. So for that you have to learn different verb forms, especially the more verb forms. From today onwards, start learning per day. Very simple. I'm saying that learn very 5 words enough per day. 5 words, that will be enough. If you learn 5 days for a verb, for five verb forms per day, easily you can use those 5 words in your language, in your daily life, and you can make 5 different sentences. Very simple. For example, 5 words you learned. So how many verbs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 20 verb forms. So 20 words you learned here. So 20 words, if you start using those 20 words, means 20 sentences you can frame. If you learn 20 sentences a day, you just imagine next day 20 plus 20 40. So like that you can develop your words and you can easily build up your English language. So that was the end of introduction of today's class, and tomorrow we will get into the topic and I will give you notes in the coming session. So that is the end of today's session. Meet you in the next session. Until then, stay home, stay safe, and bye bye.